Saudi Arabia seeks to broaden its economic base. Whom will it rely on for this endeavor? The United States had expected Saudi Arabia to enhance its cooperation, but it was taken aback when Saudi Arabia opted not to collaborate. This led to the cancellation of a $70 billion nuclear project deal between the two nations. Right after the cancellation, Saudi Arabia inked a nuclear agreement with China. The United States was displeased with the rejection, and what made matters worse was that China was chosen over the United States. Why did Saudi Arabia make this choice? Let's explore the reasons. Welcome back to another exciting episode on Sinosphere. For those new to our channel, we bring you the story of China's emergence as a global leader in a world once dominated by the Western countries. If you're new here and enjoy learning about China's technological breakthroughs in fields like AI, telecommunications and space exploration, you'll definitely find our videos intriguing. In this video, we will delve into why Saudi Arabia favored collaboration with China over the United States. We will also discuss the factors causing countries to distance themselves from the United States. Stick around to discover if the United States' influence in the Middle East is waning. Let's get started. In the ever-evolving global energy landscape, Saudi Arabia embarked on a monumental journey by investing a staggering $70 billion in nuclear power projects. However, this bold foray into nuclear energy was not just about technology and clean energy, it had geopolitical implications where energy, currency, and influence intersected in a high-stakes game. Why did this occur? It was due to the involvement of China and the United States in this project. Saudi Arabia made a decision that not only indicated its perception of global power but also revealed the diminishing influence of the United States. Saudi Arabia chose to terminate a $70 billion agreement with the United States and instead invested in China. When Saudi Arabia, a nation renowned for its abundant oil wealth, expressed its intention to enter the nuclear energy arena, the world took notice. The OPEC nations collectively control 52% of the world's total oil trade, giving every oil-related Saudi matter significant importance. However, this time, Saudi Arabia's move raised questions and concerns. The primary question centered on Saudi Arabia's true intentions. Did it aim to assert its alliances? While many believed that Saudi Arabia made the right choice, the United States expressed reservations. It questioned whether this decision would be limited to peaceful civilian applications or if there were military implications involved. Even before the project commenced, the United States had voiced its concerns. To allay international fears, Saudi Arabia left no room for ambiguity, vowing to channel its nuclear endeavors solely into civilian applications. Nonetheless, the United States remained skeptical, casting doubts on Saudi Arabia's nuclear aspirations. This skepticism led the United States to impose a significant condition: Saudi Arabia had to commit to refraining from uranium enrichment activities on its territory, citing non-proliferation principles. This condition demonstrated the extent of U.S. apprehension. But people began to wonder why the United States was so concerned. Beneath the surface, it became evident that the United States was not entirely opposed to Saudi Arabia's nuclear power ambitions. The United States stated that it was navigating a complex geopolitical landscape driven by two strategic motives. The first motive was its unwavering allegiance to its ally, Israel. Israel held deep reservations about Saudi Arabia's nuclear facilities, fearing a potential escalation of nuclear proliferation in the already volatile Middle East. As a result, the United States found itself in a challenging diplomatic balancing act, striving to harmonize its alliances while brokering an agreement between Saudi Arabia and Israel. What raises questions about the United States' concern is that it presented several demands, all linked to China's interests. One such demand stipulated that Saudi Arabia conduct all of its oil transactions with China exclusively in US dollars, effectively reducing the use of the Chinese yuan for trade. If you are familiar with China's de-dollarization efforts, you might find the US's audacity in making such a demand amusing. China is actively working on de-dollarization with a group of nations, and the US believes attaching a political label to the matter will make Saudi Arabia trade in dollars. It's worth noting that Saudi Arabia was the first nation to support China's de-dollarization plan, making this demand seem outlandish to both the US and China. But the burning question is why Saudi Arabia chose China over the United States? If you're enjoying this video thus far, please don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment. The United States' concern is rooted in its inability to accept rejection, and it is evident through its expressions of worry. Beyond the immediate nuclear energy negotiations, Saudi Arabia had a long-standing goal of reducing its dependence on the United States. This aspiration was evident through its Vision 2030 plan, aimed at diversifying the nation's economy away from its reliance on oil. Nuclear energy emerged as a promising avenue among the multifaceted initiatives for diversification. It wasn't merely about clean energy, it also presented an economically viable alternative to fossil fuels. Saudi Arabia's foray into nuclear energy represented a shift in its geopolitical stance, actively exploring new partnerships and strategically distancing itself from complete reliance on the United States. At the forefront of this endeavor was the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, who nurtured closer ties with China. He delved into the intricacies of nuclear power plant construction plans offered by the Asian giant. Additionally, France, South Korea, and Russia expressed keen interest in participating in Saudi Arabia's nuclear energy ambitions. Now, let's delve into China's role in this plan, a role that has caused the United States to be on edge. China emerged as a front-runner in Saudi Arabia's nuclear energy aspirations. The collaboration between the two nations extended beyond the realm of energy and encompassed substantial economic ventures in Saudi Arabia, including projects like the Red Sea New City and the construction of a massive solar power plant. This deepening alliance enabled Saudi Arabia to diversify its geopolitical partnerships. It brought the nation closer to Eastern countries while maintaining ties with the United States, not as an exclusive partner, but as one among many. This strategic repositioning endowed Saudi Arabia with enhanced negotiation power and global influence. Saudi Arabia's shift away from the United States and toward Eastern nations, particularly China, raised alarms in Washington. The United States was dissatisfied with this shift, primarily due to the competitive pressures it imposed on its nuclear energy business. Consequently, U.S. media narratives embarked on a campaign to portray the China-Saudi Arabia partnership negatively, attempting to portray China as a perceived threat that could tarnish its image and hinder its progress and cooperation in the Middle East. However, the collaboration between China and Saudi Arabia in the realm of civilian nuclear energy adheres to international nuclear non-proliferation obligations. It aligns with energy security and environmental objectives in the Middle East and on a global scale. Moreover, Saudi Arabia's recent participation in the BRICS alliance signifies a new phase in its global influence. The BRICS bloc, initially comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has consistently attracted attention due to its significant market, substantial economic clout, and global impact. The inclusion of Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates in this alliance could potentially reshape the dynamics of global economic and political power. In this transformative journey, Saudi Arabia's venture into nuclear energy serves as an illustration of the intricate interplay among geopolitics, economics, and energy. It underscores the evolving terrain of international relations, where nations seek to strike a delicate balance between their global interests. It also underscores the potential of energy diversification to trigger strategic reconfigurations that may reshape the course of the future. The impact of the United States on countries such as Saudi Arabia and the role of China are factors that cannot be underestimated. These developments hold significant importance, with far-reaching repercussions not only in the Middle East but also on the global stage. As Saudi Arabia gravitates towards closer ties with China, the world is beginning to recognize who holds greater sway on the international scale. At present, the United States finds it challenging to contend with China's position, and its influence is gradually waning. What options are available to the United States in response? Essentially none. We extend our gratitude to you for your active engagement, comments, and insights. Your feedback on our videos is what keeps these informative videos coming. Do you believe the United States should reconsider its endeavors in the Middle East? What reasons do you believe justify Saudi Arabia's shift away from the United States? Do you consider China to be a more suitable partner? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Why do you think the United States is losing support from its allies? If you yearn for more content akin to this, Don't hesitate to express your interest by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel for more videos on how China's emergence as a great power in a Western-dominated world is creating more and more opportunities of development for the Global South. Thanks for watching.